My name is James Williams Jr. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2, and this is the third, well, technically it would be the second part of my Noah's Ark theory for Mass Effect. Okay, so I'm going to make this video a little short. I was on the sorry part of my Noah's Ark theory. Alright, so as you know, if you read the Bible, Noah and his family, his two or three sons and their wives and his wife, collected two of every species of animal on the planet, and the good Lord wiped out every damn body else. Alright? Pretty sure you're thinking, why did I say the good Lord wiped out everybody else? Okay, well, if you're an atheist, then a natural fucking disaster hit the fucking planet, and it caused a whole lot of damn problems. Alright? And this great spirit inside of Noah's head decided that he would have these 5 or 6 birds, 2 doves, and 2 crows. Whichever one came back would bring back a piece of land, and if nothing came back, then the birds clearly died because it can't fly forever. Alright, so here we go. The reason why I said you have to have some Asaris on every ship is because of their long lifespan. Their long lifespan would allow them to check on everyone's vital signs to make sure that nothing's going on, and in case someone's having some kind of issue inside the stasis pod, they could save their asses. Alright? Now that might not make sense to a lot of you, and to you guys who are new to the Mass Effect saga like I was last year when it finally hit, or 2 years ago when it finally hit the PS3. You know, I had watched my cousin play Mass Effect on the Xbox, whichever one it came out for. I didn't get to watch anybody play on the PC because no one I know has it for the PC. And if I ever get money and a computer that can support that, I'm going to get it on the PC because apparently the PC is actually better because there are things you can do and there are things you can have and there's outfits that you can have. So I'm getting off track. Let's get back on track. The whole thing with the Asari and the Noah's Ark theory is the simple fact that, like I said, who wouldn't want someone who can live 1,000 years watching over top of you if you're dead? Now, we know that the Masaris aren't going to molest us while we are sleeping, but in case they thought about it, at least you're getting molested by a chick. So that's not a bad thing as long as they're not sticking anything up your ass. Now, the reason why I call it the Noah's Ark theory plus Asari is the simple fact that they use the word arcs. Alright, and that's probably a play on words, but Noah did use an ark to save all the people who were willing to get on the boat. And those few people, he made his children and their wives get on the boat with his wife. But other people who tried to come on late drowned. Right? So, when you put it together, and since we can't breathe in space, but the Asari apparently can breathe everywhere, and apparently every alien in Mass Effect, except for humans, can breathe everywhere. Humans were the unlucky ones. We have problematic breathing problems. So, I guess asthma's not a factor in space, but whenever you go to another planet on you air, you automatically either have your helmet on or you have that mask thing, which I could never get Shepard to get for some reason. I don't know, but I don't break the games. One thing I will say while we're on that, I would have had the Omni Blade in all the games. You know what I mean? I also would have had better combat. You'd actually have an actual combat. So if you had to fight, you would actually, it wouldn't be like a masher game, but it would be like one is for punch and one is for kick. And then if you do combos, you would have the 1, 2, 3 combo thing. But anyway, getting back on track, the whole art theory works because you have to think about how many species there were in the original Mass Effect trilogy. You would also have to think that if you were going to leave before the war or before the Reapers come, you'd have to have knowledge of the Reapers. So leaving between 2 and 3 is not plausible because at the end of 2, you can clearly see there was an ass load of Reapers coming. And in 6 months, in game 3, Shepard's been in jail for 6 months. He hasn't been in jail for a whole year, but he's been in jail for 6 months. So, because you know that when you talk to what the fuck is her name, Dr. Chakwas. So you know that he's been in jail for, he or she, depending on who you are and what Shepard you choose to use, has been in jail for 6 months. Now, if you go by the promo video where Shepard's talking, it's Fem Shepard, so it's hard to say if Shepard was originally supposed to be male or female, but they promoted the male the most, so we're going to say this Shepard was male. Alright, we also have, way back when the series had dropped that badass endings, they had promo pictures of Shepard's granddaughter, etc., etc. So, Maybe Shepard had a brother or a cousin or a niece, and it could have been one of those Shepards. You never freaking know. But anyway, not to get off track with the Noah's Ark theory. If you think about it, when they left, they had to leave between game 1 and 2. Because Shepard died 2 years, or was dead for a year or two, before Cerberus brought him back. But at the end of game 1, before he or she goes off and starts to hunt down for ways to stop the Reapers before the Collector attack, before Cerberus finds them, um, Luna wasn't completely destroyed. Remember, he only went inside and did massive fucking damage. So Luna was back. By the time game 2 comes in, you don't have any mention of Luna, but Edie was a product of Luna. So clearly, he only damaged Luna. So when you see the promo video and they're on the moon and you see the old school human shuttle thingy, and you see them talking, and then you see the Earth. So clearly they left between game 1 and 2. They had to have, because Shepard had to still be out there to give this speech that he gives them, because he wasn't part of Cerberus, and they had to leave before he was a part of Cerberus. So somewhere along the way, somebody fucked up. He had to leave. They had to leave between game 1 and 2. They had to leave before Shepard goes to Cerberus. They had to. Or they had to leave by the time Shepard is on that journey with the Normandy and they are attacked by the Collectors. They had to leave before that. So, because to leave between game 2 and 3 would be basically impossible. And that would definitely have wiped out the Noah's Ark theory, for the simple fact that when the game 2 and 3 began, Reapers are already on the attack. And at the end of game 2, the Reapers were coming. Hella high water. It didn't really give you a good time span, but 6 months is not enough time to build that many ships and roll the fuck out. Alright, think about the logic in that. No one's that fast at building anything. Even in the future, I'm pretty sure there will be some hiccups somewhere. There'll have to be some glitches. There'll have to be something. And you seen on the Normandy that when it was getting wiped out by the Collectors, their shields sucked and everything else tended to suck. Plus, the Normandy didn't really have any mainstream weapons, which is kind of what sucks. So I hope like hell that the Tempest at least has some means of defending itself. Because the Normandy had that Thanos cannon, and when do you use it? One time. Okay, 2 times. But you only use it on the cutscenes, and the Collector attack is really the only time that I remember you using it. I remember you getting it, but I don't remember you really using it until like when you blow up the fucking Collector ship, which is bigger than a Reaper, by the way. So I don't understand why the fuck the Normandy couldn't use the damn Thanos cannon on a few Reapers and just blow those motherfuckers to hell. And then why couldn't everyone else make Thanos cannons? Because if the Thanos cannon can rip through a fucking Collector ship, and you see those motherfuckers, those things are fucking huge. They were way bigger than the fucking Reapers. So why wouldn't the Thanos cannon work on a motherfucking Reaper? That's a good question. We'll have to theorize that another day. But as for the Noah's Ark thing, I want to bring this to an end because there's a lot of background noise, and I'm pretty sure you guys can hear it. I think that if you have a ship, and we do, you have all these arcs and everything. If you have them, you would think that there would be an Asari or some creatures also, plus AIs, maybe some VIs, that would tend to your needs while you're in suspended animation. Those are things you need to consider while we're all getting jazzed up and chopping at the bit for this game. I'm James Williams Jr. This is number 2. Be seeing you.